Unemployment, job losses and retrenchments seem to be the unofficial theme of this year's Workers' Day. Many have turned to entrepreneurship to make a living. To talk more about this, we're joined now by Lindo Mnisi, a township entrepreneur. Lindo, very good afternoon to you. In fact, before you and I talk about the Township Economic Development Bill, just to gauge your reaction following the chaos that we've seen on live television when it comes to workers venting their frustrations over government not doing enough and also addressing the facts about the unemployment rate in South Africa, saying it's a massive concern. What's your reaction as you sat and watched some of the developments on air today?
Absolutely. Good afternoon, Mpho. Today was actually a true reflection of how people are actually feeling about the current state of, the government in our country, or the state of the unemployment in our country right now. I think the people are actually starting to react to what is actually frustrating them. I mean, the unemployment rate is just shocking, and it's, it's just worrying in so many levels. And when we see people not showing up to, rallies where they are going to be honored and, hailed as the workers, when we know that it's only a few in millions of people in South Africa, it's only a few that are actually working, and it's only a few that are actually taking benefits from actually working. So what we are seeing today is actually people trying to communicate their frustration by not showing up to, these rallies, and by also just causing, just expressing their frustration to the government, to the President Cyril Ramaphosa, and to everyone, in fact, who is watching, to say, guys, we are not happy. We are not happy as a country in terms of what is currently happening right now. And I think people are just taking their time to express their frustration. And I'm just, glad to see it happening, because then we are hoping to see government coming up with projects and other, systems to ensure that they look into solving the people's problems.
The Township Economic Development Bill was signed into law by Gauteng Premier David Makhura on Friday. And of course, I suppose you could tell us the back end of the challenges of being an entrepreneur and not being able to access funds and a market share. And of course, the struggles of just setting up a business and operating a business. What does this bill mean to you?
Yeah, so we've studied the bill. I was one of the few, entrepreneurs, because I operate in the township. I operate a company called Andorra Hardware, which is a retailer of hardware items, DIY tools and building essentials in the township. So we look into, how can we best contribute to the township economy? How can we create employment within the township? And our business is strictly focused in the township. So that's why I've taken time to actually read the Township Economic Development Bill, and I must say I'm actually motivated and inspired by what it promises. All that we want to say to government, and especially the Gauteng government, is to say we are raising our hand and we're saying, please engage with us, please engage with the people that are actually running the enterprises in the township. Let it not be the implementation being done from the top down, but let it be from the bottom up, to make sure that the people that this bill is set to be, championed to help, it must actually help those people. You speak about challenges that we are faced with in the township economy. Obviously, you've mentioned the issue of funding. The issue of funding is a critical one. One of the reasons why the issue of funding is a problem is because the criteria to qualify for this funding is often not in favor of the township entrepreneur. I mean, we get asked for things like a detailed business plan. Who gets time to train us and hold our hands in ensuring that our business plans are up to speed, are up to date, are actually in line with what would make us qualify for these funds? They're asking us for things like a detailed financial statements. How many entrepreneurs in the township can actually afford an accountant to actually come now and produce these financial statements? So there are things that need to be cut in terms of the red tape when it comes to giving funding to entrepreneurs. And right now, there are so many of these nice initiatives, in which one of them is actually being, pushed by the Township Economic Development Bill, which is the Township Economic Development Fund, which will look into giving funding to township entrepreneurs. And what we are saying to government is, when we implement this, which I believe is a game changer, the Township Economic Development Plan, a bill, is a game changer. If it is implemented in the way that it is being promised, I think we're going to see township enterprises growing and being, championed as the job creators in the country. So we do welcome the Township Development Act, and we appreciate David Makura for signing it, and the Economic Development MEC Pakstau for championing it and making sure that it reaches the people. But let us get the township entrepreneurs involved in making sure that this becomes implemented.
And how much work does the bill ensure when it comes to allowing entrepreneurs access to sourcing products and manufacturers, and really just promoting their product even beyond the township?
Yeah. So one of the things that I loved about the bill as I was reading it is that they are promising to create a framework in which all those malls, those shopping malls, and those big companies that come and operate in the township, it provides for small players, the manufacturers in the township, the producers of products that are being sold in these malls, for these malls to actually procure from these township-based businesses. So this is a game changer, obviously. We would appreciate for that to be a case where when you come to operate in the township as a big player, as a mall coming to set up, some of the products that you sell in those shops need to be sourced from the township entrepreneurs and from the township producers. And one of the things that it also speaks about is the fact that government will be allocating budgets to ensure that parts of their procurement, they procure from township-based businesses and township-based manufacturers and producers of the products. So we're looking at it very closely, and we with enthusiasm, and we are very excited to see that being passed into law so that it can actually help the businesses that are operating in the township. So I think if the bill itself is being championed and it's being implemented in the way that it's being proposed, we are likely to see township businesses actually flourishing from here on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.